Very excited to be here. Excited for the spring game on Saturday night. Great opportunity to go back out to William Bryce Stadium in front of a crowd and watch our players run out the tunnel, have fun, compete against each other. Very excited about it.
Clayton Sat was talking about how, there's something to be said about when you get guys under the lights and in front of fans and stuff like that. I mean, obviously it's a scrimmage, but how much can you draw from that and I guess kind of the closest thing you guys can simulate to a game before the season actually starts?
I mean, he's correct. You can draw a lot from that, just more of their mindset, just how they carry themselves, just their eyes and, just their temperament and how they walk and how they talk. And, I mean, some guys, to me, like, you got to be very careful. You can get too high if that's not your normal temperament, and you can kind of get yourself out of rim. So I like to observe those and then, try to make sure I'm keeping them in the right spot because a football game is it's a lot of plays you got to be mentally locked in for. So, but he's correct, man. You can definitely tell a lot. Some guys step up, some guys kind of fold, and some guys kind of stay the same and pick up their play. It's pretty cool to actually be able to assess that.
Yeah, Clayton, piggybacking off that, I asked Marcus this question. I asked Shane a couple days ago from a stock standpoint in terms of trying to just figure out, okay, what's the depth chart going to look like heading into fall camp? How much stock do you put into this game itself in comparison to the 14 other practices?
Well, really what I end up doing is obviously right now going into it, we have some ideas of some guys or roles. Certain guys can play certain packages that you like. Obviously, you won't bring all your packages to the spring game, but it's mainly finding roles for guys who can go out and they may have a really good spring game. It can help them. If you have a bad spring game, it can hurt you. So, I mean, it has a factor. I mean, we will definitely – it's not practice. You know what I mean? It's definitely not practice. So it's a big evaluation, really, to be honest with you. Even on your schemes and some things that you're thinking about to see because now coaches aren't on the field, so we're not there coaching, so you get to see what can get communicated and what can't. There's little things like that. That's just one of the examples.
With the defensive line just across the board, edge, interior, what's sort of your take on how that group's come along over the last 14 practices?
I think we are very proud of how they trying to gel together as a unit. Very proud of the coaching that's getting done there in both of those rooms. And when you're saying D-line, you're talking about the interior or both? Okay, yes, absolutely. So we're on the same page. So I'm just very proud of the coaching, very proud of how the guys are coming together. And, we're trying to preach right now. Guys are trying to get individually better, get their group better, get the defense better, get the team better. And they are buying into little techniques and little nuggets. And we install something new every single day. Both of those guys have to be able to learn and execute. And just proud of how they handle it. And they want it more. Last year it was like, oh, coach, slow down, coach, slow down, slow down. But now it's like, coach, when are we putting this in? Why didn't we put this in this year? Where'd you get this from? This is new. I like it. So it's a different year, too, versus the conversation last year at spring ball.
Clayton, I know Rick's been kind of rehabbing a little bit over this spring. I guess where's he kind of at right now, or where do you feel where's he kind of at his process and getting back to full go?
He's still grinding through it. Him and the training staff, Coach Beamer, all those guys, and Coach Lindsey himself, they all finding days for him to go out and participate, finding days he should be rehabbing. Just continue to grind. He had a little issue there, but he's grinding, trying to get back as quick as he can. We don't want to rush him back and have another setback.
And kind of another guy I know you guys have been keeping a close eye on, Sherrod at linebacker. How much can we anticipate seeing him on Saturday participating? And, I mean, is there a pitch count for him, or how will you guys sort of just handle his workload?
Yeah, it's been nice having Sherrod back out at practice the past couple of weeks and running around and getting us some periods. He had a live period. He's definitely on the pitch count Saturday. Ultimate thing is that he's an ultimate warrior kind of guy. So you have to try your best to limit him and let's get him to a fall, get him to more in the 1 or 2 games. So that's kind of the mindset with Sherrod. But he's in a great spot mentally. He's learning he's learning another position where I think he can have another role and help him using his athletic ability. He's fired up. He's in a great spot. I love where he's at right now. Just trying to get him along. Mm-hmm.
We know that there was a lot going on with Cam Smith from his personal life standpoint, away from the field, and obviously that I can't even imagine how much the challenges that he faced. But in terms of being able to juggle that and being able to continue to grow as a football player, how have you seen him just be able to grow as he heads into this spring game in comparison to maybe where he was a year ago when you guys first arrived?
I don't want to say it's night and day, but it's definitely It's on the same day, but it's 6 a.m., 8 p.m. It's definitely a big difference right now with Cam. He is, he's like our leader right now, as far as on the field, and he's running the show when he wants to, and he's making plays when we need him. And he's still Cam. He still has a high energy kind of player. I love what he's bringing to the defense and just the growth. To me, Coach Beamer says a lot when you're going through some hard things. It's not always, don't say it as hard, but see it as growth. And so we can definitely see the growth in Cam Smith, and we're proud of him. Just continue to grow each day, and then hopefully at the end he reaches his maximum potential, what he can be, and help this football team. And I think he's on the right track. He's on the track for sure.
Going back to what you're saying about Sherrod, does that mean I guess he's getting some looks at Will too, or is that? Can you give some details on maybe what that?
I mean, we also have an opportunity to play 4-3 in our 4-2-5 system. So he's played Mike last year. He has Will attributes. He can also have nickel attributes like a Sam linebacker. So there's multiple ways you can play him. So it's really like Mike. If it's not Will, it's Sam. So he can play. He's like a walkout linebacker, like a big DB type guy. So he's very athletic. So he's fun. He's fun to coach too because he's smart and instinctive and has a lot of athletic ability. So you want to use it.
And for the other guys that are playing in the middle, who are those main guys? I guess Mo, Debo.
So we got Mo playing in the middle, which has been very impressive this spring. We have Darrell Ware has been playing some, and Debo's been playing Mike and Will. So it's good for him to get the growth to play both positions. Had a couple guys banged up, so I told him, going into the season, I don't want you to say that you're a Mike linebacker. You're a linebacker, and then the best 3 to 4 guys are going to play on games. So if I say go play linebacker, we'll figure out which one it is when you get out there. So learn both. So that's kind of been the mindset this year for linebacker.
And I want to ask you just something general about Mo. Christian Beal-Smith was in here with us yesterday and had some good things to say about him. So do you feel like he's sort of making the necessary steps going into
him and Mo met in the hole a couple of times this spring. So I appreciate Christian kind of giving a little shout out to Mo Kaba. But, Mo's had a really, really good spring, learning a different position, not a new position, just a different position. So just proud of how he's growing as well. He's still young, and he's still got a lot of football ahead of him, but the future's very bright. Just got to keep it going.
Clayton, I want to follow up on Cam. Obviously he had a decision to make after last season, decided to come back, and he's been, pretty vocal about there were some things he felt like he needed to get better at before making the jump to the league. You guys repping him at nickel, how important has that been for his development of his game, and just kind of what have you seen when you guys have put him in that position during practice, and how, I guess technique-wise, has that been an improvement for him, being able to kind of move around a little bit?
Yes, I would say when you're covering out on the island at corner, it's a different technique. When you're in the slot, it's a different technique. So if him wanting to be a complete football player, learning how to cover in the slot, the leverages and the angles and the space, I think that he has made a tremendous, improvement. Also, when you're in the slot, you got to be more recognizing. You have to be better at recognizing formations because you're basically like a linebacker. So that helped his game. 2, it helps his run game ability. And then 4, I think he's shown people on his team that he's way more physical than his body presence. So that's been cool to watch Cam come in and make some plays in the backfield and blitz and do all those things. He's a very dangerous football player, so we have to make a decision this fall. He's going to be inside or outside, but either way, he's versatile. He can do both, and I think that's going to make it fun for us as a coaching staff to move 9 around.
And just your young DBs who came in January, Rose and Peyton Williams.
Gotcha.
How have they developed from the start up until, I guess, earlier today?
I'm glad they came early, Nah, those guys are doing a good job. I think Coach Gray, from the moment they signed their papers, it's been a race to see how fast they can learn the defense. And he did not, baby them all the way through it. So he kind of gave them a nice little course, a 200-level course right through it. And now those guys are able to talk and move around, and they're both physical. They both have great attributes, great physical abilities. They've learned a ton. I'm proud of them. Coming in early is good, and coming in early is hard. So physically and mentally, you're going to get so much football thrown at you, but I'm proud of what they brought. They're going to be good players here. Glad they're here. Can't wait to see them continue to grow. Gives us a nice feel for the future of the DB room for sure. And both of them are versatile. I like both of them a lot. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. See y'all Saturday night. See y'all.